Hello friends, tonight I'd like to talk about education because it's a very important thing in my opinion. And this all started because someone sparked the conversation by asking me, is it worth it anymore really getting an education? And I've been caught being the exact person that says that, my degree was something that no one ever asked to see. I had to be honest, and I think most people are honest when it comes to claiming a certain amount of education on their resume. And so I think most employers won't actually ask to see or call the institution to find out whether or not you have received the degree that you claim to have received. But there is something very important about taking the time. And whether or not you gain a degree, I believe that it's important to gain an education. And so when I say education, it's a loose term on purpose, because when you dedicate time, when you stop to learn about something, then you are gaining this development of your brain, this development of skills, this development of the talents that you already have, and you're able to do something a little bit more with them. Imagine never doing that compared to someone who does. There's a clear difference. There's a clear winner. And yes, I've heard that adage that people who go to school have jumped through enough hoops that they'll be prepared in the real world, right? And in the workforce to be able to jump through all the hoops that will be asked of them in various situations beyond that. So I don't know if that's necessarily wrong. I've seen an opportunity here or there where people have taken advantage of the school system and have cheated a little bit, and I've seen where that's also applicable in the workforce, where you can get away with things that you shouldn't ethically or morally. And what I want to say tonight, though, is, I have been the guy that has said I gained a better education about film editing when I looked at LinkedIn Learning, formerly known as lynda.com back then, than I did in the post-production classes when I was in school. My point is, whether they're online classes, whether it's free from some 12-year-old in India who's teaching you a tutorial online, a lot of people have accepted this fact that we actually can say we know something and then look it up and in a very short amount of time learn how to do it, because it's very valuable to have memorized things. It's very valuable to have gained experience, but it's also incredibly valuable to be able to know where to look to find out information. And that is the age that we live in. Another thing that comes to mind is the fact that a lot of people look at a school as an opportunity or a doorway to get you into a particular field, right? And so it's maybe an expensive one, it may be one where famous people went to that school. The thing is, I'm afraid that may be a little bit of a misnomer. I'm afraid that may not always be the case, because a lot of people think maybe I can just go network with the faculty, because surely the faculty will be connected to a lot of people. Or I'm going there because I'm going to meet other people that I'm going to end up working with in the future. And I believe that is true. And depending on how you go about it and how you learn how to get along with people and network with people by truly just making friends, you will be able to help one another out later on in life. And the opportunities that the faculty may or may not be able to hook you up with, depending on their experience. In my experience, I got to do kind of it was going to be an internship, unpaid, but our head of the film department, Phil Tuckett, former VP of NFL Films, talked Disney into paying all the students that they were asking to be volunteer interns on this film set. Depending on the faculty, they may be able to hook you up with some really awesome experiences, but that's not the best reason to go pursue an education, because you can still meet people outside of school, and you don't have to pay necessarily to meet people. It is not completely vital to go to school to network with people. It's not guaranteed that at a big school, an expensive school, a famous school, you're going to meet people that will eventually become famous, and then you can bounce off of each other and help each other out in your network, right? I went to a school that was not a very big, famous, expensive one yet, right? But I was a guy who went there, and I was ambitious, and I was able to turn this into my career. I was able to actually do what I went to school for and start making films and start working in the world of creative, visual, multimedia So you never know who it is that you may be around. Maybe it's your coworker, maybe it's your peer, maybe it's a student next to you. But if you stay close with people, then surely, eventually, as long as you don't let pride get in the way too much when you're young and think you know it all, but you should eventually, ideally, be able to grow up, and as you grow, they grow, and so that network, as long as you stay as closely connected with people, then you'll be able to benefit one another and help each other. And so that's one of the really great parts about gaining an education in an environment, a community of sorts. So I say yes, an education is important, and no, not necessarily the traditional education. And I went to a school that wasn't the most expensive one, where I had to be in debt through the end of my life. I got away with gaining experience while I was in school and working with various different clients and that sort of thing. And of course I found out after the fact that school doesn't really teach you a whole lot of lessons that you have to learn by the doing part, by being out there. School isn't everything, even though a lot of teachers and faculty make it seem like it's everything, but those are the ones you don't listen to. You listen to the ones that inspire you, the ones that uplift you and support you. I even call those teachers the ones in your family, the ones in your closest support network in your social circles, and they can be your support. But I want to say that anything is possible, and one of the biggest things that I've seen in the disparity between those that are educated and those that are not is this belief that things are possible. And I think it's not necessarily an educated thing from school, it's an educated thing from life experience of meeting new people and seeing what possibilities are out there. So going out, being brave, doing the brave thing starting today will help you gain that experience that will teach your soul that yes, things are possible, that yes, this career is possible, no matter how far-fetched it may have seemed in your small town or in your generations of your family. Like, you are able to take this new step, and you can do it right now, because each of our forefathers have done that, and that's how we came to this point in our lives. So don't be afraid, just get out there and do the brave thing. Thank you for watching. I'm Zak Ciotti. Please subscribe and watch more of my videos, and I'll try to share as much as I can, as long as it is inspiring and helpful, and I really want to be able to help everyone that watches. So thank you for watching again. We'll catch you later.